Hey everybody, welcome back. This week we have been studying the letter B, you can see behind me, right? And the sight word little. And we've been talking about bugs, right? Last week we talked about insects, same thing, different word. Insects and bugs. Now, what are some things that bugs or insects all have in common? They have how many legs? 6. They have 6 legs. And I have here 6 different insects that we've looked at. We have a bee, a grasshopper, an ant, a ladybug, a caterpillar, and a butterfly. Now, who can tell me 2 of those insects or bugs that start with our letter of the week, B? Who can remember? Well, we have a bee, and we've talked quite a bit about bees this week. Who knows the other one? It is a butterfly. Butterfly. So today we are going to talk about butterflies. Butterflies are beautiful, and beautiful starts with the letter B. Butterflies come in all different colors and patterns. They all look different. There are many, many thousands of kinds of butterflies. So how does a butterfly start? Is a butterfly just born a butterfly? No. I bet many of you know this out there, but a butterfly starts its life as a caterpillar. It's crazy, right? That this can turn into this, completely different. Have you ever seen it happen? Have you ever watched a video or read a book and seen how it actually happens? Well, there are 4 stages of a butterfly's life. The caterpillar stage is 1, also called larva, and the butterfly stage is 1. But there are 2 other stages. Let's find out what they are. So you are going to watch a video and learn a little bit more about the transformation from caterpillar to butterfly, called the butterfly's life cycle. All right, so I'll see you when the video's over.
Hi guys, Squeaks and I have been solving riddles all week, and I thought you might know this one. What starts its life as an egg, then it walks on many legs, and then it uses wings to fly? A butterfly! I bet you've seen a butterfly. And have you heard the saying, if you've seen one, you've seen them all? That's not true with butterflies. There are over 17,000 different kinds of butterflies, and they come in all kinds of colors and patterns. But all butterflies have one thing in common. They all used to be caterpillars. So how did this become this? Well, butterflies go through 4 stages in their life that turn them into beautiful insects that we see flying around. Together, these 4 stages are called metamorphosis, which comes from the Latin words for changing shape. So what are these 4 stages? Stage number 1, the egg stage. During the egg stage, a mama butterfly will fly from plant to plant, and when she finds the perfect one, she'll lay her eggs on it. Itty bitty teeny tiny little caterpillars live inside those eggs. When they're ready, these tiny little caterpillars chew their way out of their egg, and now we've reached stage number 2, the larva stage. The hungry caterpillar then crawls out of its egg, and then it eats its eggshell, and then it eats the leaf it's on, and probably the leaf next to it too. Did I mention the caterpillar is really hungry? All the food that the caterpillar eats helps it grow bigger and bigger until it's too big for its own exoskeleton. The caterpillar then molts its exoskeleton, but don't worry, it's already grown a new one underneath to replace it. The new exoskeleton is a little small, so to fix this, the caterpillar gulps in air to expand itself, and then it waits and lets its exoskeleton harden. But soon, that new exoskeleton doesn't fit the caterpillar either. It molts and regrows its exoskeleton again and again, usually about 4 or 5 more times. After all that molting and regrowing, the caterpillar's ready to take a break. In stage number 3, the pupa stage. The caterpillar finds a sturdy branch or stem to hang upside down from. It molts its exoskeleton one final time, regrowing a new layer called a chrysalis. Inside the chrysalis, the caterpillar isn't really a caterpillar anymore, but a pupa. A pupa is an insect when it's in between being a baby, like a caterpillar, and an adult, like a butterfly. The chrysalis has a hard shell to protect the soft pupa while it changes into its adult form. Inside, it regrows its 6 legs and antennae and adds wings. The pupa stays inside the chrysalis for 10 or more days. And then one day, the chrysalis moves, and it slowly cracks open, and the butterfly crawls out. Well, a really soggy-looking butterfly, its wings are crumpled and wet. This is stage number 4, the butterfly stage. Once the butterfly's out of the chrysalis, blood will start pumping to its wings, helping them to straighten and dry out. Now the butterfly is ready to fly. Fly to some food. 10 plus days without food means this butterfly is ready to eat. Butterflies drink nectar, a sugary liquid found in flowers. And sometimes they like to eat rotting fruit or even dead bugs. Butterflies take in their food through a long tube called the proboscis, sort of like how we drink a milkshake through a straw. But they can't taste food with their proboscis. Can you guess what they do taste with? Their feet. When a butterfly lands on a flower, it can tell if the flower is sweet by tasting it with the tips of its feet. If they like the way it tastes, they'll drink the flower's nectar. Now, full of food to keep it strong, the butterfly is ready to, well, be a butterfly. And that's how a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. Now Squeaks and I are gonna go outside and see if we can spot one. And I hope you do too. See you next time on SciShow Kids.
All right. Well, did you learn a lot? So what is the very first stage? First stage is this. What does EGG spell? Egg. Egg. So the butterfly lays eggs on a leaf, and she's very careful which leaf to choose because she knows that when the baby is born, as a caterpillar, that caterpillar is going to start eating or munching on the leaf that it's born on. So it has to pick the proper leaf. So it starts off as an egg. And then when it hatches as a caterpillar. And what does the caterpillar do? The caterpillar eats and eats and eats and eats some more. It's very, very hungry. And did you hear what they said? That it sheds its exoskeleton. The exoskeleton means, like other insects, they don't have bones, right? We have bones. Caterpillars don't have bones. Insects don't have bones. They have something called an exoskeleton, which means they have sort of like a shell almost, a hard covering on the outside instead of bones on the inside. But the thing is that exoskeleton, it's called, that almost like shell on the outside, it doesn't grow with the caterpillar. So as the caterpillar eats and eats and eats more and more and more, and it gets bigger and bigger, it gets too big for that exoskeleton. So it sheds it. It gets rid of it. That means it comes out. To shed means to get rid of it, right? Takes it off. So it takes it off, and then it grows another one. And I think they said it happens 5 times. Now, what's the stage after the caterpillar? The next stage, the third stage, is the chrysalis. So it attaches itself, it almost like glues itself to a branch, and it transforms. This is a metamorphosis process. It transforms into a chrysalis. And it grows in there. It varies how long it stays, but it grows in there until it emerges as a butterfly, and that's the 4th and final stage. So there are 4 stages. The egg is the first stage. The second stage is the caterpillar. The third stage is the chrysalis, and the 4th stage is the butterfly. So it's pretty amazing, isn't it? Now, who has heard of the book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar? I bet most of you have. It's a very popular book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. So guess what book we're going to read today? Ding, ding, ding. You guessed it, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Before we get to story time, I want to go over 2 different things. Number 1, numbers. And number 2, the days of the week, because you'll see both of those things in the Very Hungry Caterpillar. So I know everybody knows your numbers 1 through 10 or 0 through 10, but we're going to go over them now in random order because those are the ones that are in the book. So I'm going to hold up the number. Who saw that one? I'm going to hold up the numbers and you shout them out, okay? 6, 2, 10, 5, 4, 8, 0, 9, 1, 3, 7, and we're back to 6. So I know that you all know your numbers, and I know that you can all count to 10 for sure. But sometimes when we just see a random number thrown at us, it's a little bit tricky. You go, ah! So we have to practice trying to get our numbers quickly, okay? Tomorrow we'll do the numbers 11 through 20. The other thing I want to go over are the days of the week because you will see those in the book as well. So remember, we had a song, the 7 days of the week, right? And it goes like this. There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 7 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 days of the week. There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 7 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 days of the week. Good. So how many days of the week are there? 7. Excellent. So we are going to read The Very Hungry Caterpillar. And now you know why the book is called The Very Hungry Caterpillar, because when caterpillars are born, all they do is eat. They eat the leaf that they're born on, and then they just keep on eating. So now that you know, even if you've read this book before, now that you know a little bit more about caterpillars, you might understand it even better and know why the author wrote it the way he wrote it. So everybody join me back here for story time, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.